how do you desire to feel today? Because a lot of us often focus on everything we don't want. And when we do that, we're allowing ourselves to start magnetizing and aligning with the things that we don't want versus what we do want. And the majority of the time, what we're really feeling is that we need to tap more into the energetic side of why we do what we do, why our intentions are the way they are, and dig underneath the why. And the why, 9 times out of 10, is our feelings. How do you desire to feel? And type that into the comments. I want to see, aligned, empowered, blissful, joyful. Maybe you want to feel more grounded and earthy. Maybe you want to feel more connected to the world around you. Maybe you want to feel more peaceful in your life. Maybe you want to feel free from struggle. You want to have more freedom in your life. Whatever that is for you, start to evaluate, where do you feel you are putting your focus on a daily basis? And how does that connect to your intentions? How does that connect to your goals? How does that connect to your day-to-day life? A lot of us, we spend so much time, and I talked about this on day 1, is we get caught in this hamster wheel, and I like to call it autopilot mode. We're basically on autopilot mode, and we forget that we hold so much power within ourselves. We hold so much power in our energy body, and we don't fully tap into that realization because we get caught in these unconscious patterns. And these unconscious patterns are really keeping us stuck either in victimhood or lack or fear or uncertainty. So the other thing to think about when it comes to our feelings is feelings are energetic, like they're vibration. So a lot of the times we don't always see this, but feeling actually comes before thought. And it's our feelings that generate our thoughts, which generate how we decide to take action, how we decide to influence our decisions in life, and that action becomes our manifestation. So if we don't have our feelings in the correct space, then we're influencing our ability for how we are manifesting. And the chakras really play strongly into this, because the chakras is all about energy. It's about vibration. It's about feeling. It's about emotion. And our chakras are the emotional body map that kind of just circle this entire concept. And what's so beautiful about when we start leaning into how we feel, we start creating from a totally different energy that is free of victimhood, free of lack, free of fear. And it allows us to start tapping in fully to who we truly are. I've done the desire map for at least 2 or 3 years now by Danielle Laporte. And one thing she really talks about that is just so powerful is feelings are magnetic. So the majority of us go through our to-do list and we go through how we want to set goals for the next quarter, or maybe we don't, but the majority of us will set goals or intentions, but we don't often question, how do I desire to feel inside that intention? And how is that directing my life? Because, we might have these goals that are completely out of alignment with who we truly want to be. And it's only because we grew up with all these opinions and judgments placed on us for how we decide to place goals in our life. And the truth of that is, once we start tapping into those feelings, it's basically like we're tapping into our soul blueprint. And that is such a powerful thing, because you start removing the ego and these specific, it's almost as if you're removing that fearful state and instead you're pulling yourself towards pleasure. And this is a concept that I love. It's taught in NLP, where the majority of us, if you're human, we're either pushing away from pain or we're being pulled towards pleasure. Now, the majority of us, when we get stuck in resistance and we get stuck in our patterns, we are pushing away from our pain. So we're pushing it down. We're pushing away from our resistance. And inevitably, when we push away from our resistance, we create more resistance. But when we are pulled by our pleasure, our feelings align with our actions, align with our soul, align with alignment. Align with alignment. Good one, Ashley. Our feelings align with our thoughts, and those thoughts fuel our actions, and those actions fuel our manifestations. That is soul alignment. And the chakras, bringing us full circle, the chakras really help bring us there, because it's teaching us to remove those victim stories and start creating from an entirely different energy.